Alright guys, welcome to another CS2 inventory building video. Today we're changing things up a little bit. Rather than just doing 16 skins, we're actually going to show 24 because we're going to be using the new loadout system in CS2. So obviously with this system, you can change the weapons you want to have quite drastically compared to what you could do in CSGO. This is what I believe you should be running on the CT side, and this is what I believe you should be running on the T side. So with those weapons in mind, I'm going to go pick the 24 skins I think you should buy for the $50 budget. So I'm seeing options in here. If you enjoy it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're around here. Let me know your favorite skin in the comments down below, and let's get into it. I'm going to kick it off with a budget-friendly USP. It's going to be the torque. You can pick this up in factory new for $1.35. It still has a little bits of wear on it, but I think because the white gets a bit of shine now in CS2, it's got a bit of an upgrade compared to CSGO. And yes, you did see that I have a Tigress in there, whatever way you want to pronounce it. You can get this in minimal wear for 76 cents. I think the CZ has great potential in some situational, so you should have it equipped for your CT side, and then you get a nice skin like this with a lot of vibrant colors on it for super cheap. For the 5.7, I've gone back to Old Faithful in minimal wear, which is the Boost Protocol for $1.54. This is an amazing skin. It was great in CSGO. It's going to be great in CS2. The value for money is very nice. Now, a skin we paid no attention to in CSGO that we now pay attention to in CS2 is the Mint Kimono. This is $3.69 in factory new, but honestly, I think it looks super clean and interesting in CS2. And the previews for this always look kind of dead for CSGO, so I never paid any attention to it. But I like this white into the black into the green. It's kind of cool. For Desert Eagle, I am going to go light rail for $1.28. My issue with a lot of the budget Desert Eagles is that, show a lot of heavy wear in around this area that we're circling now. And the light rail doesn't really have that, so getting a minimal wear for $1.28, because realistically your next upgrade for a Deagle is going to be $20, $30, $40. So you want to keep it really budget friendly, and that's exactly what the light rail offers. Then something different for the Glock, we're going to spend $3.69 again and get a Steel Disruption in factory new. This is one of those skins that now gets a crazy amount of shine off it. Like, look just how clean that is. Now, obviously it's only the top of the skin that really has anything. The rest is kind of bland, but the gloves will mostly cover that. And then when you're running around, you're going to have this really shiny Glock. I think it's something a bit different that maybe you don't see that often that you should consider. For the Type 9, I'm a real enjoyer of the Mummy's Rot. You can get this in minimal wear for like $2.50. I like that the back of it has like this green venom coming through from the snake. And then on the skin itself, you get so many little details that sort of fit into this whole Anubis collection, which makes it super worth it. And then finally, to round off the pistols, we're going to have some dual Berettas, and I'm going to spend 27 cents for some factory new shreds here. This is where we're going just super budget friendly for something that looks good, and you definitely get that with the shreds. You know what, paying 27 cents for a good bit of color popping through like this on a decent design, I think that's really fair. Now, time for the main skin you're really going to have, it's going to be the AK. For this, I've opted for a minimal wear Legion of Anubis for just under $12. I also considered an ice cold, which is like $1 less. However, I like the shine that you now get on the gold in CS2 with the Legion of Anubis. It's not going to rise much more than this, at least I don't think so. So it's a safe minimal wear pickup that you can then use as your main AK. Honestly, you could just use this for like the foreseeable future of Counter-Strike, honestly. It looks that good. I've been enjoying how the silver and like metal skins and white skins look in CS2, and for that I'm going for Gail Tuxedo, which is just under $2 in factory new. You can see how clean this looks. There's no more to be said. I've always liked the Aloha. You guys saw it in the budget CSGO videos, but in CS2, I think the blue just shines out that little bit more, and then the purple still looks as good as ever, and the fact that this is 18 cents for factory new, absolute no-brainer pickup. Now, this is what you'll have seen on the thumbnail, and it's the Acid Fade. This skin got a huge upgrade going into CS2, because look at the scope. Look at the shine and color on the scope. It's really hard to get that elsewhere with a Scout, especially for the fact that it's $2.06 for factory new. What's not to love about this? You get a really fancy upgraded Scout for so cheap. The other skin you want to spend a decent chunk of your budget on is going to be the AWP, and for this I've gone for a minimal wear duality, which is about $13.57 right now in minimal wear. I must say, in-game it does look a little bit brighter than the preview shows you. Hoping to see Valve will still push an update that makes this look even brighter, because I think it could look unbelievable if that's the case. But either way, a super detailed AWP that looks super clean, like really clean. I love the word clean for like looking at skins, but I just love this design. I like the two-tone on it, the duality obviously plays into the name, and I think this should be the AWP you go for. Speaking of skins that got a big ass upgrade in CS2, we have the Nitro. This no longer shows wear like crazy, which it used to, and it sets you up for some like really budget Fnatic armor holes on it. Or even if you want to spend a little bit more for the craft and go for a Fnatic or Apex haul from Paris, it's going to look insane. Now we're getting to the stage where we just have some really nice budget-friendly options. Like, nothing else over this is over $2. This is Polymag, 45 cent, factory new. You're going to get this just so you have something that's better than the default skin. It's not a big spender, but it still looks good. For the FAMAS, we then have the Crypsis. Now, in CS2, or so in CSGO, sorry, this had a lot of wear on it, even in factory new. It looked horrible. This is factory new, 40 cent. As you can see, basically no wear on it at all. It is a low, it's not even a low float, it's 0.05. So there you go. Like this got upgraded so nicely because it no longer has crappy wear all around it. Now, I like the acid fade. I also like how the amber fade AUG looks. This is one I've never paid much attention to before because in CSGO, I thought it looked a little bit bland. But with the new lighting, this also looks good. This is on the same levels as the acid fade. Not quite, but similar to it. So yeah, that would be the AUG I go for. And now we've got shotguns and SMG. So for the first one, we've got a Mag 7 BI83 Spectrum. That's a mouthful. Minimal wear, $1.29. I'll be honest, it doesn't have as much shine as I would have liked. However, the colors actually stand out and just don't blend into one massive mesh like they used to in CSGO. So I guess depending on what you're after, this is better. And then one that I think got a real nice upgrade to is the Watchdog. I think in CSGO, this would look super bland. The green wouldn't have much pop to it. And like the stuff that's in this bronzy brown would just kind of mesh into one single palette. You wouldn't see much. You can now see this crazy detail, and it's almost like this emerald jade green on it without the shine. So I love that. Like SMGs is honestly where we spend minimal budget because the main focus is the main rifles and stuff. But we're going to get a sand scale here. This is 20 cent in factory new. Has a little bit of a lighting buff in CS2, but it's nothing crazy. But for that, you're spending 20 cent basically just to get something that's not default, that looks nice, and long term you can upgrade to your hood change, your hydras, your stalkers, stuff like that. Now I do think you should have an MP5 equipped. You can use it on both sides. It's 63 cent for minimal wear. I do like the kit bash. It's one of those skins that it's not for everyone, but I like this kind of thrown together style with some markings on it. It's also why I like the flashback skins. You guys can disagree if you like. I'll be honest, the MP7 continues to lack for really good budget options, but I think you're still in a good place here with this series. This is 60 cent factory new. You can see it gets a little bit of shine on it. It's obviously blue. It fits those users want to build into a blue inventory. But I would like to see something else come out that's going to be around the dollar mark that just brings a bit more life to the MP7 options. For the Mac 10, I'm leaning into the Ensnared. I know this is like the go-to budget Mac 10, but when it's 26 cents factory new and you just want something that's clean and looks nice in this $50 budget while focusing the core of the budget elsewhere, this just makes sense. And then finally, we can get a P90 Grim for 61 cents in factory new. Now, I must say, this is one that I'm not sure if it looks better in CS2, but it doesn't necessarily look worse. But again, you're getting a nice bit of green in here for the price you pay. And with this, it means the grand total for all these skins is $53.66. We're within that 10% buffer. We normally go for 5 to 10% buffer. Obviously, 10% buffer in this case would be $5. $53 I think for this is insane. Obviously, you can cut out a couple of skins if you feel you don't need them or you're running a slightly different inventory or a slightly different loadout. But I do think this is the best loadout options in CS2 right now. Maybe I have to jump into a video about this, but I don't know how I'll be able to do it without immediately just showing you guys, as I've done now. Maybe I need to dive in for the tactical reasons behind each one, but that's what we've based it on. 24 skins, $52.66. I think it's insane. I think there's a lot of nice budget skins in here. Let me know your favorites in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you want to see any themes or budgets for CS2 skins moving forward, and I'll take those into considerations for the future videos. I said that, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed it. We'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.